There was no apartment 406. That's the first thing I noticed when I moved into apartment 407. The fourth floor hallway went from 405 directly to 407. There was no gap or blocked doorway. There wasn't even enough wall space for another apartment. I asked the landlord about it while signing the lease. "Where's 406?" He barely looked up. "There isn't one," he said with a shrug. I thought it was probably superstition like hotels skipping the 13th floor, so I let it go. For the first few nights, everything was normal. Then, at exactly 12:14 a.m., I heard someone unlocking the door beside mine. A key slid into a lock. Metal turned. A door creaked open. Then came footsteps. Slow, heavy, moving away from the hallway. I sat up in bed and listened. There was no apartment beside mine. On one side was 405. On the other was a stairwell. The following morning, I checked the corridor again. 405, and then my door, 407. Nothing between them. The sound returned the next night. 12:14 a.m., a key, a lock, a door opening. This time, I looked through the peephole. The hallway was empty, but the footsteps continued. They sounded close enough to be inside the wall. The next morning, I stopped my neighbor from 405. "Do you ever hear someone opening a door at night?" His expression changed as he said, "You hear it too?" I nodded. He glanced toward the blank stretch of wall between our apartments. Then he said, "Don't open your door when it happens." Before I could ask why, he turned around and left. For the next 2 nights, I stayed in bed. I listened to the lock turn, I listened to the invisible door open, and every time, I wondered what would happen if I looked. On the third night, curiosity won. At 12:14, the sound began. The key entered the lock. Click. The door opened. I stepped into the hallway. At first, nothing looked different. Then I saw the welcome mat. It was lying between 405 and my apartment. Plain black. Clean. As though someone had placed it there moments ago. I looked up. There was a door in the wall. Dark wood. Brass handle. A metal number fixed at eye level. 406. I couldn't breathe. There had never been enough space for a door there, but now it fit perfectly. A strip of warm yellow light glowed beneath it. Someone was inside. I should have gone back into my apartment. Instead, I knocked. Once. No answer. Twice. Silence. On the third knock, the door opened a few inches. I couldn't see a face, only darkness. Then a woman whispered from inside. "Finally home." The hallway lights went up, just for a second. When they came back, the door was gone. So was the welcome mat. There was only the wall. 405, 407, nothing else. I moved out the next morning. The landlord didn't ask why. He handed me my deposit and said most people stay longer. But that wasn't the strangest thing I experienced there. 3 weeks later, I was in my new apartment. I sat on the floor scrolling through old photos while waiting for a box of dishes to dry. Most of them were ordinary. Coffee, food, random screenshots. Then I found a selfie. I almost deleted it until I noticed the date. October 17. It was me and my best friend. We were laughing, holding 2 boxes outside an apartment door. I stared at it. I didn't remember taking it. I called her. "Do you remember that selfie of us with the pizzas?" She laughed. "Of course." "This is outside apartment 407, right? My old place?" I asked. There was a pause. "No, it's outside your apartment, 406. "And what do you mean old? You still live there."